Look at that. And it brings us to our next story, how very little the 118th Congress has done or been able to get done. With the new Congress set to begin Friday, let's go to Washington. Emily Wilkins with whether we can expect things to be different next year. And maybe if the result is that good, if there's a correlation, maybe it's better if they just don't do much.
Well, Contessa, we'll definitely be seeing exactly how much they get done next year. They want to do a lot. And of course, you have the Republican trifecta. So, it's good news for lawmakers who are hoping that the next Congress is going to be more effective than this past one because the bar is pretty low. So the past 2 years, the last session of Congress, 503 bills have been enacted and became law. Now, this was either them passing on their own or either they got clumped together and passed as part of a larger package, according to GovTrack. And you compare that to previous years, you see right there, you saw more than 1,000 bills get passed in the last 3 sessions of Congress, including the 116th, where there was split government. Now, this session, of course, lawmakers in the House spent several weeks battling over the Speaker, not able to move any bills. And Daniel Schuman, the executive director for the American Governance Institute, who works with GovTrack, said we could see similar issues in the next Congress.
The reality is that Republicans in the House are split, and that there is a faction of Republicans that want to go even further with some things. And there's a bunch of Republicans that are more traditional Republicans that have more sort of traditional notions of what they want to do. And as a consequence, mustering a majority in the House to actually do things is going to be very difficult.
So with Republicans in control of both chambers and the White House, you have lawmakers like Congressman Chip Roy, who are really hoping that they're going to have a more productive 2 years than the past few years.
Now we're going to have the House, the Senate, and the White House. Now is going to be the time to put up or shut up. And so we'll see what Republicans can do.
Republicans already have a very ambitious agenda. They're planning to hit the ground running on a package that will include energy policy and border security bills. And of course, they still have the debt limit to raise. They still have the tax package to take care of. They still, in less than 3 months, we're going to have yet another debate over funding the government on March 14th. And of course, as we saw with the last debate, there are still factions within the Republican Party. And I think the big question is, can President-elect Donald Trump really unify everyone and get them to move forward together? Or are we still going to see some of the debates that we saw the last 2 years? Contessa?
Debt ceiling to raise or to eliminate altogether, as some lawmakers have suggested. While we have you, what's the latest on the Treasury Department's computer hack?
Yeah, so obviously this is the U.S. Treasury Department noting that a state-sponsored Chinese hacking operation was able to access the desktop computers of Treasury employees through a third-party software. This is according to a letter seen by CNBC. The letter goes on to say that the hackers were able to access certain unclassified documents that were on those desktops. So the software company, Beyond Trust, they said in a statement that the case involved a remote support product, and they said none of their other products were impacted. Beyond Trust notified their limited number of customers who were involved, and they said in a statement that they have been working to support those customers since then. They also said in the statement that no other of their Beyond Trust products were involved, and they say that law enforcement was notified and that they have been supporting the investigative efforts. Now, Beyond Trust also said they disclosed the incident on their website when it happened in early December, and since then they have been providing updates as they've looked into what happened. The Treasury Department has also weighed in, with a spokesman saying in a statement that Treasury takes very seriously all threats against our systems and the data it holds. They note that over the last 4 years, Treasury has significantly bolstered its cyber defense, and they will continue to work with both private and public sector partners to protect our financial system from threat actors. Of course, this is not the first time that we have seen government employees targeted in an attack by Chinese state actors. And of course, there's a lot of concern about what this could mean for the future of our government and what, if anything, needs to be done to prevent some of these attacks from getting in, as well as, of course, a question as far as what these hackers actually saw, what data they got, and how that could impact the U.S. going forward.
Yeah, because just saying that it wasn't classified material doesn't really nail down, well, what was it? Was it taxpayers' personal information? Was it, personal information of the employees who were working? So you're right about that. And really a cautionary tale to companies and businesses all across America that the intrusions are still happening. Emily, thank you. Appreciate it.